Keep you busy upon standing.
Okay.
All right, it is 9 o'clock on the 2nd of February, 2026. I'll call our regular meeting of the Loras County Board of County Commissioners to order. Everyone come join me in the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
From our workshop, I don't have any additions or deletions to the agenda. How about you, Linda?
No.
Those are, I'm making pretty much approve the agenda as presented.
I can, I'll go.
I make the motion, we approve the agenda for February 2nd, 2026.
I will second that motion.
A motion by each gentleman to approve the agenda as circulated for the second 2026. And the second, all in favor of approving the agenda?
Yes.
This as well. Any questions of reviewing expenditures?
No, sir.
I-
No.
Motion to approve expenditures.
Second the motion?
Motion and a second to approve expenditures. Favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Passes. And any corrections to the minutes that you guys need to be made? I didn't have.
None for me either.
Oh, go ahead.
Make a motion, we approve the following minutes, December 29th EOM meetings. January 5th, regular meeting, January 8th, expenditure meeting, January 20th, regular meeting. January 23rd, special meeting, January 26th, the EOM meeting.
And I'll second that motion.
A motion from Commissioner Armand to approve meeting minutes December 29th, in the month ELM. The January 5th regular meeting, January 8th expenditure, January 20th regular meeting, January 23rd special meeting, and January 26th. In the second, all in favor of approving minutes?
Yes.
Yes, as well. And reminder, our public comment will be 5 minutes per speaker, and we get to our 9:05 agenda item, subdivision exemption preliminary approval. The West Loras Cemetery in Hatfield. So.
Settle down, my goodness.
Now he's taking mine.
Goodness. I wouldn't say the minutes, I really, Sheila was doing a really an excellent job on the minutes and, so,
Thank you.
yeah.
Is Zoom function?
You're
Is that
right.
helping?
Sometimes,
yeah, sometimes it's
like,
Not.
but a lot of times, yes.
Okay.
It's nice.
I don't have to listen again as much.
Don't go through a meeting a second time.
Is that what it is, Sheila, that is the? Is
Yeah.
the AI
No, I'm
helping?
just excellent.
Good,
Wow.
good answer.
Wow, Dennis. Yes, it is helping a lot. I appreciate it.
No, it's,
Appreciate the option. Awesome.
yeah.
Wow. Mhm.
So this is a carve out of the cemetery,
Yes,
right, on the south side.
yes,
Is the Hatfield representative here?
Mhm.
no,
Do you guys have like a letter giving you authority to do it or anything like that?
Verbal. They can, Paul and Doug came and met with us, and then he's gonna stop in here and sign it. When he comes back up here to check Charlie's house.
That'll be in the middle of February.
Mhm.
I see
yeah,
that.
a little note.
Will be signed when they come
February.
here for the middle of February.
What's that representative's name?
That'd be Doug, yeah.
That cat house.
I'm just curious, did anyone pull a deed?
Yes, we're covered, Dennis.
Oh my
Got
goodness,
it.
you guys are so good.
Got it.
Thank you.
But this almost, so this would be south, not west. It's west.
Yeah.
This is west, not south.
Okay.
We
I'm
asked,
not
for-
mixed up in
we
that.
asked for south and they said that they told us there were too many rocks. And too many lines buried in there, water and sewer lines and like that, and they weren't interested in going south.
So west would be
Right,
next to the town office, kind of.
south of the town.
South of the funny.
So the present cemetery is in this blue box?
No,
No.
That's the addition.
So where's the-
this is the Pheasant Cemetery.
Okay.
There's our clinic, that's our helicopter landing pad, and then this.
Okay.
So just for the record, the West Dolores Cemetery District Board is here representing the Hatfield Family LLC, with the representative Doug Hatfield, not here, but will be signing an application for a subdivision exemption. Clear map.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the people ones asking, that we're buying it?
No, it's the seller.
You didn't have one?
I did not have one in that. There was not a map in that.
See, if you did this file line that had the map.
I copied everything
Thanks.
I thought that. This already.
Yeah. So where is that cemetery at here?
Oh, this
So
one?
this is the cemetery, here's the
Yeah.
entrance, the cemetery comes around.
It's probably.
And this is the funny with the helicopter pad.
You know, we're gonna do it. Do it, yeah.
Super it.
With the red one.
That's the clinic.
Oh, the clinic's the red one?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is actually the perfect kind of subdivision exemption the counties like because it
Squares it up.
squares up boundaries and I don't think you could plan it any better.
We were hoping to square up a better chunk
Same
and work out.
And then, so normally you ask for things like, is there access utilities and things like that, but being as though the people using the cemetery aren't gonna mind either way.
Our tenants.
They have to have irrigation.
Yeah, there's just gonna be running it down,
Yeah.
continuing.
You know,
So the access to it would be through, is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we to the same?
because they already have everything in the cemetery currently.
Right.
Are setbacks gonna be a problem? Cause I mean, we have the setback requirements in there, 25 feet.
We'll ask them before we put them in, Dennis, if they wanna be in the 25 or out.
Well. And I mean, what's the front of the lot either, because it doesn't front a county road, so then. What I'm trying to say is, I mean, is that gonna eliminate a lot of plots if you require a 25-foot setback?
Well, we chose to go through the subdivision exemption because it's kind of the closest square peg that fit in a round hole.
Yeah.
But really, this is not a subdivision exemption because it's not gonna be anybody living there or a septic system or anything like that. That was just the closest option that we had.
Are you gonna survey it?
Absolutely. They requested Huddleston.
So I guess I'd ask you again, do you feel like a 25-foot, is it 25 on all sides?
Yes.
You sure?
There's not
50
one
from-
of the existing cemetery.
On the
Right.
east side with the
Yeah.
clinic there. That's.
I would
think that's
say no.
25 for
I
that
want
road
to go
is.
with the setback.
You don't wanna set
No,
that?
I don't want to.
Well, because-
Utilize everything.
Yeah, and because there's no front of the lot, you'd hate to do a 50-foot setback because that's all good usable space there.
Right, right.
The
So,
Oaks did ask us to put up a fence.
if you were gonna approve this, I think you could consider waiving the setback requirements. So long as there was a survey which clearly delineated the boundaries. You know, maybe reduce it to 10 feet from the boundaries or something like that.
I'd like to see the rate just eliminate, just eliminate the setback for we can use all the property.
That's what it is.
There in the future, we've talked about trying to get a grant and do Is it Barrett?
Columbarium.
Yeah,
Oh,
I never can say it right.
The
Urns.
the urns.
Yes.
That might be the only building type thing that would go up in there anywhere, and at this point, we don't even know where that might be, if we even ever got a grant.
So the current subdivision exemption regulation is 50 feet back of any structures, so you aren't gonna have structures.
Correct.
No,
But then 25 feet from all other boundaries.
But
And
that,
that wouldn't make a lot of sense to have 25 feet from the eastern, from the western boundary,
yeah.
because you're gonna wanna.
You want to maximize the space. I mean, like what you'd said, the space has got a very specific purpose.
correct, and it's a subdivision exemption, that would be for building structures.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the tallest structure is gonna be the headstone.
Yeah,
So
that's
there
right.
won't be, that's what I say, it's a
Yeah.
square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, it's true.
We're not fitting that perfectly.
So what I would say on the record is if you wanted to waive the setback requirements of the subdivision exemption parcel or subdivision exemption regulations, because this is a cemetery and all usable space, should be utilized. I think that'd be fine too.
And would it be possible to also waive the application fee? Because it's the cemetery district and not a residential parcel?
The kind of one that works down or to the same thing.
Obviously.
I would too, yeah, yes. It's probably for a while.
I mean, the county contributes fine to the cemetery district as is.
Right.
So, I would,
Yeah.
does it make sense to charge you guys and then just pay it right back?
It's called robbing Peter to pay Paul,
Yes.
yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. And I mean, would this just be a preliminary approval until the other party would be in the middle of February to sign?
I would ask them to have the person sign the application, but I wouldn't be too worried about it, honestly. Especially since they're gonna have an actual plat done, they're gonna have. If the owner of the property wasn't gonna go along with it, he wouldn't sign the plat. And I'm gonna guess you guys are coming out of pocket for the plat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we agreed to take care of all of it.
So, make a motion to approve subdivision exemption preliminary approval, or grant subdivision exemption preliminary approval to the West Florida Cemetery in Hatfield, with the application fee being waived and the setback regulation eliminated.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Yes,
Yes as well.
Are you using Huddleston?
They requested Hellston, yes,
Okay.
he's the best.
I'll call Gerald. I'll call Gerald and make sure he knows that there's gonna be no setbacks on that one. Cause otherwise he'll do a plat note with setbacks on it. We don't want that.
Thank
So,
you.
so you'll have him, you'll organize with Gerald for her to say
Oh.
that,
Do you want me to? Do you want me to?
doesn't matter, I can, you two, either way.
You can.
Okay,
Do you wanna just tell him that there's no setback? They waived setback?
I will,
Okay, I'll let you handle it then.
okay, thank you,
thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's one space that means can continue to grow.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
gonna need more of that,
Should be good for
no
the.
matter what.
knows how long.
One thing about those people don't complain about nothing.
Those dead people have caused me a lot of misery since I was called and told to be on this board.
Have they?
3 meetings a year, we've already had 7.
They lie.
I think it was the dead people, maybe.
Darn near.
Yeah.
No, it'll be a good thing.
They will. So you and Amber and Stephen, who else?
Stacy hates him. One of us is a alternate, but we don't know who that is, so we all just do whatever.
Hey,
Okay,
It's out of order.
thanks, Evans.
Did you,
Your Williston is probably in that field folder, is that what you're looking for?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
probably in that.
this was the record.
That's where I was gonna, yeah.
Make sure, please.
Omar,
Sorry.
this was the box of records you got too, right?
Yes.
Okay. You, just so the board knows, Oma came in, and she inherited a big pile of
The
cemetery,
office.
cemetery district records, and she was thinking about going through them and seeing what needed to be kept and what didn't, and I just said for now, let's put them in the vault, let's put a note on them, because it's quite a project. And when she gets bored someday, maybe we'll revisit it, but,
Kind of
They
digitize.
come from Joanne's garage in the first place, but I think Margaret and Linda went through a lot of them. I just wanted to dig through them, but
And they came from Maxine's spare bedroom before that.
yeah.
so they're in our vault. And if somebody wants a project, maybe we'll have an intern someday or something, but
They're not in the vault, they're sitting in my office at the moment.
well, they're going in the vault.
We haven't made it that far yet.
They're going in the vault.
Yes.
Eventually,
And the problem is just a lot of mishmash of stuff in there, and then we'd have to get with Lenore and figure out retention schedules and things like that. Depending on what they were. So we're just holding on to all of it right now.
Yeah.
Hope for a fire.
they're just like it.
I joke about that because my office burned once, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me.
You passed really well that day.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you, it's new business, we had a request from Ormiston. Funds through resolution number 22601 in the amount of $500.
At the cancer.
Yep, for cancer treatment.
Make a motion. Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Make a motion, we approve Ormiston Fund Request Resolution 226-1.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion from Commissioner Lynn to approve resolution number 22601, declare Ormiston Fund, and this will be in the amount of $500. And have a second, all in favor?
Yes. Yes.
I'm a yes as well. Next item of new business, this will be a fund transfer resolution, transferring funds from general fund to the senior services fund. And this will be in the amount of $25,000. The purpose of this, seeing extreme loss in our state and federal funding with our senior services program. Mainly our impacting services out of transportation, and potentially see it coming with our meals program. This will be to help senior services maintain those core services for this year, and then we've got a lot of things to figure out for next year to make those services sustainable.
Do you make a motion?
Perfect, I'll make a motion here to approve resolution number 202-26-02, transfer from general fund to the senior services fund in the amount of $25,000.
What's your motion, Kristen?
Oh, no, just giving a little background on it.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a yes as well. And next item of new business, same purpose, it had line items in the budget used for this, that we could use for this between general fund and social services, dividing up that request amongst those two, but be going for the same purpose to maintain our core services with senior services and transportation. And this will be in the amount of $25,000 from social services to senior services. I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 02-26-03, transfer funds from the social services fund to senior services in the amount of $25,000.
Motion.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
I'm a yes,
Yes.
and I'll pass unanimous. And after many months, we have, it's nice to be able to interview someone for DSO position. That's been opened. We've got to be coming up close to a year,
Yeah.
2 months. Yes, I'll be our Veterans Service Officer, responsible for transportation for our veterans in Dolores County, medical appointments, and then also helping them navigate the benefit side of the system. Mr. Trocheck came in for an interview. Commissioner Davis and myself interviewed, briefed Linda. Do you have any questions? Yeah, it's nice to have somebody in the position. Yeah, I'm definitely for transportation and seem very motivated with the benefit side of it. There's new hoops to go through to be able to help our veterans navigate that system. And it seems exciting to do that. Don't have any reservations.
No.
I'll make a motion to hire Mr. Trocheck, John Trocheck, as Veteran Service Officer.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes. Yes.
I'm a yes as well. UMass Council update, emergency manager is stuck back east with storms and travel delays.
Is he on?
No, he said he had a meeting, Zoom at 10 or something, cause I really just put it on here.
And their time's different there, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of requested to put it on new business, so it
Yes.
continued to follow for old business, so we could follow it.
Yeah, so what I'm guessing we'll probably have a discussion with Keith in our workshop, but for an update right now, we've been in communication with the interim ambulance chief and working on the framework for an EMS council with parties that we're gonna be asked to join that, and a location. Briefly, a neutral location's been discussed. Thinking the town office, because it also has Zoom capabilities. And which entities would be coming in and how to structure all of that. So hopefully we can have a first meeting for EMS council this month.
All remember Public Service Center also.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. And then whole business, regulation 43, be talking about that in workshop this afternoon and get the ball rolling on it. Is that July?
June was the
Was it the end of June? I thought it was the end of June, or July 1st, maybe.
I know it was June.
Yeah, I think my note said the end of June.
I think we need to watch the adoption procedure. I'll look up the adoption procedure. We might have to go notice like a 30-day hearing notice or something. It's pretty straightforward, no? I think especially if you guys had some conversations with Julia ahead of time in the workshop, you guys would just basically, we would know exactly what you're gonna do. I think the only issue she's gonna bring up with you guys is, inspection on title transfer. That's gonna be the big change I think she's gonna ask you guys to make, so maybe start thinking about that one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So, let me shake your head. So when you, there's an option that the Cumberland counties adopt, regulation 43 for septics. There's an option where every time someone transfers title in a property with residents, they have to have it pumped. And then the pumper inspects it and signs off that it's a working system, needs to be okay kind of thing. I think the realtors are already really used to doing it. I don't think it's gonna be as onerous as it might initially appear to be at first. I know I had to do it over there on the other side of the hill and it wasn't that big a deal. And frankly, it was nice to sort of a reminder, you know, get your system pumped and stuff. But I think around here, that might be a pretty big step for people.
Yeah.
And then I think it's gonna reveal a lot of deficiencies.
Yeah,
You know, if you go to transfer your. You know, if you go to transfer your property in the Glade, for example,
mhm.
and you might have a makeshift system or something, you're not gonna be able to transfer the property, or you, so. So, with it would come some headaches,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that, and I mean, there's a lot of properties here that haven't, I mean, their septic hasn't been given a thought in decades. So, hasn't needed pumped anything, and unless there's an issue, it's outside of it, so.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't, I can tell you just from personal experience. The inspection is not really much of an inspection other than it appears to be an operating system and. The tank isn't crumbling, you know, kind of thing, and that's about it, but. I think that would take us quite a bit farther into the future, just having people's system inspected even like that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's still a lot of residential properties that are getting transferred with 50-gallon drums in the ground.
And no permit. on
Phyllis,
file.
you're staring
Yeah.
at me. You don't like it?
No, I do.
Oh,
I know about, never mind.
Yeah, that's.
I know your little mind is.
Yeah, growing up,
thinking about-
pretty good examples in my mind of like, oh yeah, I know there's a few.
That's what I think that I do, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, you have,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, we've seen. I use a technical term, we've seen some pretty janky systems out there that, I think this would eliminate some of that, but also gonna put a hefty burden on someone that's. Just trying to sell their property for $100,000 and they find out they need to put 25,000 in a septic system.
Yeah.
In order to even sell it.
yeah.
So it's a big step, you guys probably need to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the big one that is gonna be asked of you. Other than that, I'm not sure she's gonna have any. I don't mean to steal her thunder, but she's probably glad I'm doing it.
Front load it.
Yeah, front load it a little bit so you guys can think about it.
And they're having a workshop today. It's fun.
Yep.
Oh, she was.
Mhm. So it's beginning at least.
So I think that's the thing I had for business in the meeting, Melinda, 10 o'clock,
Hopefully, but
yeah. So didn't give an update, but like her to be here for it. Just where we're at right now. We've got weekly meetings coming up with area commissioners and our human services directors to try and navigate the changes. So it's ugly. There's a definition in the dictionary for a dumpster fire. I think you could use this as a pretty good example. Region.
What about, I think I mentioned to you the wildfire resiliency, I've been seeing quite a bit more chatter on the listserv, from other counties that. Are on the fence about even adopting it.
Yeah.
And,
With April adoption and then the implementation in July.
there's sort of, well, some of the bigger counties even are going. Why would we adopt it? We don't have a mechanism for enforcement, it's an unfunded mandate. And they're also finding out that insurance companies aren't the big threat that they thought they were gonna be. Insurance companies are indicating, at least. At least secondhand here, it's being said that the insurance companies are saying, we're not gonna rely on that, we have our own system for for assessing.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Which, I mean, if adopt the code, residents take mitigation efforts, it's not gonna change their insurance rates.
Well, and adopt the code and not have a way to even enforce it. I mean,
Yeah.
adopt the code and then some guy builds a house without a permit anyway, because we don't require it.
Yeah,
How are we gonna know if he used fire resistant materials? Who's checking on that?
yeah.
So is it better to have the code and not enforce it, or just not go through the? You know,
And the way at our meeting, they're not going for it either,
Yeah,
at our meeting.
which meeting?
5x5.
It's where we go, but the other commissions.
There's no county, local county here that can enforce it.
Yeah,
And I mean, really, if the resident wants to. I mean, go through the mitigation effort to protect their property, there's a whole private side, they could do that, and it's not gonna help with insurance in a lot of ways. But I don't know if there needs to be a county code to. Actually, give them the mechanism to do that.
most counties that are adopting wholesale, they're just short resolution adopting the state's entire regulation scheme. And then scratching their head wondering how they're gonna enforce it.
Is there, I mean, potential if we adopt the code and a resident comes in and says, okay, you guys have this code, I want it enforced on my property. I mean, what's our obligation of?
Well, all we would do is. Basically, if a resident wanted it enforced on his own property. You'd say, great, follow the code.
Okay.
But that's fine, I mean, we're not
We
gonna,
wouldn't have to send out an inspector.
I think the more dangerous thing would be if. If you had a couple neighbors and one property was clearly not in a good fire shape. And the neighbors was, and the neighbor says, why aren't you forcing this guy to mitigate his timber around his house? You know, his house looks like a tinderbox and
And if it turns into a fire and jumps to the neighbor's property, what would that look like? If it wasn't enforced?
I think most likely we'd have immunity, but we'd still get sued. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
And then it would have to be whether there was some other, I don't know, we'll talk about it, I don't know if we can, but whether there were some other actions that weren't or were taken. So, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
starts looking like that.
Yeah.
You know. I think that's why other people are struggling with it. And when a county like La Plata has no hope of enforcing it, what does that say for us?
About that, right?
Yeah. No, they actually have building inspectors. No, I can tell you their San Juan County is in pretty good shape because. They're very, very fire sensitive, being in the middle of the woods, and they have a building inspector, they have a building code, they have a very tight permitting process. And it's pretty easy to. I wouldn't say easy, but it's a lot simpler to convert it into something doable.
Which would be a complete 180 here.
Oh. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just go to the sheriff's office, cost some new vests, because you'd need them going up
Oh,
to
yeah,
try and enforce it.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you couldn't just send,
No. You'd have to do a ton of work on the front end. Public service announcements, really push information out.
no,
Yeah.
no, I mean, we've seen some of the recent construction in the county. Doesn't even come close. We wouldn't even come close. You know. The old wood siding and, that's, none of that's gonna cut it anymore. I don't know what they're gonna do with log homes. How do you make a log home? Fire resistant?
You have to examine the thickness of the logs, any space in between the logs. Timber penetration, anything like that, it's all gonna have to be examined.
Are they gonna want a wainscot a half foot some metal.
Non-combustible, like 6 inches up. On the outside.
Oh.
Yep, and then all of your fuel management out away from them.
Don't they want like, don't they want like soffit fence, fireproofed or something like that as well?
It's gotta be 3/4 inch or non-combustible.
Fascia and soffits.
And then 1/8 inch. Yeah,
3/4 inch.
3/4 inch thick or non-combustible,
Oh, or non-combustible.
or non-combustible.
So the old thin stuff that everyone uses
Yeah,
forever.
no. And then 1/8 inch for all of your mesh screenings, for under penetration, anything like that, so. Attic vents, everything like that are gonna have to be inspected, spark arresters on any of our wood appliances. Yeah,
Wow.
gutters are a big one. Yeah. Those have to be inspected. Material, the gutters, moving down. Your window casings, what material that's gonna be made out of, wood shutters, anything like that. It'll be long. I mean, looking at a lot of our old places here, just with your 1/2 inch plywood for your soffits that, I mean, are warped and bowed over time, that's all gonna have to be repaired. I would say to meet code is probably gonna be a complete replacement for a lot of our soffits fascia. We're looking at the houses in the area now.
Well, you know, what's interesting is, there was. Still is, I mean, there's sort of that Telluride style home where they don't run soffits.
Yeah, open,
It's all open. Is that allowed?
no. Need your boxed in eaves.
Yeah. And that was, so you had a lot of new houses that were built in the last 10 years that were open.
Yeah. Boxed in with 3/4 non-combustible.
So. I don't know, you guys are gonna have to decide what you wanna do on that one.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I might be tempted to see what the rest of the state does. Maybe let April roll by and see.
Who's gonna count on counties that have dumped it? Which Delta counties send pretty good communication with everyone, kind of tracking them, so.
What are they saying?
I don't think they're planning on adopting the code. You know, said any penalty that they would receive would be much less than paying for the enforcement side of it.
Yeah.
And then from the state, who's going to be enforcing the penalties?
Yeah, I mean, they
Right.
cut double funding, mentioned said. Fine, it'd be a lot less than what we paying out.
Yeah, I think I'd probably be tempted to let April roll by and see what happens, and you know, the other thing is the legislation said that if the county can't afford the enforcement end of it, that the state has resources available to assist, and I heard they do not.
They've made that very clear.
They did not.
Yes, there's gonna be no financial contribution from the state.
So how can you say it in the legislation and then just not have it?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they've made that very clear, there's no community contribution from the state at this time.
Okay.
Crystal, you're our sole Zoom participant. Wanted to reach out and see how things are going.
Hi. Going okay. I just wanted to tune in and listen and yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do so from a remote location.
Perfect. Hopefully if you're not in Rico, hopefully you're somewhere warm right now, but it seems like it's pretty warm here too. So,
Oh yeah. Where is winter?
yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Motion a second. Any other discussion for
Are you
you?
adjourning or waiting for Melinda?
Oh,
Melinda.
that's right.
Sorry.
Well, I will, on my motion, let's go into a recess.
She's at a workshop.
No, Melinda's not.
Yeah, we'll recess until Melinda comes in at 10 o'clock.
Let me do it in February, and I'll make a motion there. Furthermore.
Oh, we just, yeah, we can just put it on, I just need to post the agenda for it.
Let's see, I'm not working.